need partners to take care of them. This responsibility is done by the insurance companies, who are the professional risk managers. We want to hear the good and the bad, and we want to take everything you bring in good faith. We also want to ensure that at least some services are given free of charge to the population so that you remain healthy and you can insure more. Ladies and gentlemen, we want to promote the insurance awareness during this week. And when we do this, this will stimulate demand. This will ensure that as customers take up the insurance they need, they are sure of protection, and we are aware that there will not be any cases of each or any accusing the other of not doing his role. We also showcase the different players and the different products which are on the market. This is intended to ensure that you hear as much as is provided and you make a decision when you have all the information you require. And risks are beyond us as individuals and businesses. So you need a partner, and the partner is the insurance company. It is not beyond the insurance company. And actually, if that happens, in insurance we have layers. You had this gentleman, Ronald, telling you he's from Uganda Reinsurance Company. We have a first layer of an insurance company. For risks which are beyond, which you realize that you cannot absorb at the first layer, then you take the second layer, which is the reinsurers. And we also share risks horizontally and also vertically. So there are no risks which are beyond insurance companies because they can share throughout the entire world. They can share within Uganda and elsewhere. So, but as an individual business, something can come and wipe you out of business. So you need the partners, you need to insure your business. And insuring the business does not mean that what you are insuring against will never happen. No, it is that when it happens, you will be reinstated to the position you enjoyed prior to that occurrence or that accident or that loss. Awareness gap are many, but fundamentally what I can say is that as a regulator, we have improved and increased our budget to ensure that we go to the entire country at different levels. So we have different teams which are going around the entire country to ensure that at least people are made aware of what they ought to get. We have also partnered with the players. Insurers Association, we have partnered with them. We have partnered with the Insurance Training College. We have partnered with the Brokers Association. We have partnered with the loss assessors and adjusters to ensure that we do a campaign which is at least for all of us in the insurance fraternity. And we go out in different places and educate the masses. We have also participated in the financial sector literacy campaigns. Bank of Uganda, Capital Markets, UBRA, DPF, Micro, UMRA, and others. We are participating in that effort to ensure that we educate the masses so that they are aware of what is happening in the insurance industry and how they can benefit from it. We have also, as I told you, increased our budget. And as the Insurance Regulatory Authority, we have now dedicated teams. And we have bought a specialized vehicle now, a truck, which is going to be only doing awareness and educating the people throughout the year. And we will be doing many other things in that effort. The first step toward change is awareness. The second step is acceptance. I want to encourage all Ugandans to be aware at all times and also to make decisions and move in the direction which the world is moving. You will never succeed in your business, you will never succeed in your life if you are not protected and if one calamity will finish your business and yourself. Let's all get insured.
Mentioned that awareness is key in regards to information. So people need to be more aware about what is happening on ground or what is happening within the business trends. You know, one of the reasons behind why some Ugandans still have bias on insurance is basically because of the fact that some of them do believe that it is not worth a try. Some people who actually get into insurance want it to be this kind of thing where you invest your money. They want it to be like a business venture. I have put in my 100,000 expecting that at the end of the day I'm supposed to be getting more than I have put in. So it's more like you're betting. At the end of the day, the less the stake, the more you win. So most of the people do think insurance works like that. But however, when you talk deeper and understand the available premiums and packages of insurance, it's a one way of giving you a plan B, just in case certain things do not happen, or if certain things occur. For example, risks in your business. God forbid, maybe a fire outbreak. Let's say a robbery has occurred, and you've insured your business against such kinds of risks. Or let's say you've your goods that you're transporting or the goods that you imported and all these things, and you had actually insured them. If you know, all these things are to help you at least get back. It's just like a get back plan for you and the insurance company. So basically, when we look at insurance in a wider scope, it is rotating around lots of things, but one of the most important is to see that you get back onto your toes, especially after a long loss has hit you or after you've failed to achieve your desires with your business. So when you look deeper in understanding most of the things, it's as much as you can get it moving. So that is what insurance does, and it's especially a time when we get to encourage the business community to at least pick up on insurance. There are lots of insurance covers, there are lots of insurance companies, both mainly the private. You can go out there, choose an insurance premium for yourself. It will do lots of things for you, and it can easily shape up your kind of business and how you will go by with that. But besides that, let's now head into the press review this morning to see what the print media has got to write about and what they have to say about business today. All right, now with the print media, we have New Vision and the Daily Monitor. In the New Vision, Parliament wants Minister to resign as NSSF bosses have also been fired with the new report. That is a report that was presented by the NSSF committee, or the committee that was selected to scrutinize and go through the NSSF saga. Then on the other hand, South Africa honors President Museveni's contribution to liberation. There is a picture of President Museveni shaking hands with his counterpart, Cyril Ramaphosa of South Africa. Now, Minister Chitundu's rough ride before Parliament. She's requesting for more time to explain saga. She apparently appeared before Parliament, the parliamentary committee yesterday on the Karamoja issue, and she did reveal that she will return on Friday to give more of her side of the story, I should say. Now, Japan has committed more money for infrastructure, new vision, bringing you more details there. And in business as well, the Uganda National Bureau of Standards issues compulsory declaration standards. This is still with the new vision. Now, also, 2 have been arrested in connection with Chamate student who has set up Les. That is following up on that report. China, National Resistance Movement, NRM, have actually held talks on enhanced cooperation. Which is that? How is it going to be done? More of that coming up. Now, detectives have raided Minister Lugolobi's farm as they've seized iron sheets. The saga of the iron sheets continues. Now, there's also a breakdown of the dissolved NSSF board committee and the advice that has been set. Richard Byarugaba was ordered to resign, same as the acting managing director. That is Mr. Patrick Ayota. Now, in between the lines, the board expenses grew by 90% and the directors' expenses by 51% between 2021 and 2022, while research and library expenses grew by 107% between 2020 and 2021. Now, also on the other hand, the Daily Monitor, MPs have raised 28 grounds to disband NSSF top brass. As Betty Amongi says, she's going nowhere, but furthermore praises the report. Byarugaba says actions against him already done. He was already fired, I should say. Then the board chairman Chimbo withholds words on board sacking plan. And furthermore, now Iron Sheet saga, Minister Kasaija, Chituntu, or both are facing probe. In the Daily Monitor, there are 5 pictures here. There is one of the Minister of Finance, Commissioner General of Prison Johnson Byabashaija, Minister of Karamoja Affairs Mary Gorechi Chituntu, State Minister for Karamoja Affairs Agnes Nandutu, still also on the same panel here, and then the State Minister for Defense Jacob Oboth appeared before the committee yesterday. Agnes Nandutu was apparently even sent out of the committee as it was progressing. Now, government has unveiled new guidelines for the parish development model project, Daily Monitor, and then there is also something to do with weatherman who has asked farmers to prepare for the rainy season. Remember, March kicked off yesterday with some rain powers in the morning, and well, furthermore, there's a more detailed report about the committee yesterday in regards to NSSF, and then also the committee that sat to discuss more on the Karamoja issue. Now, there's also a story of a nurse who uses a ladder to reach patients. This particular story was actually as well, this was a picture that was trending on social media when this Minister of the Minister of Health, that is Honorable Jane Ruth Acheng, posted a picture on Twitter, though she received a different kind of view from the viewers, rather from the social media users. Then Minister Chituntu defends herself of the Iron Sheet saga. Then lastly, from the business angle here in the Daily Monitor, traders have left in limbo as Tanzania delays double taxation treaty. And then also 2031 does look like the time when the single currency will be implemented in East Africa. Now, KCB is set to open 12 new outlets in Kenya and Tanzania as URA impounds illicit medicine at Entebbe airport. So that is it for what is coming in from the Daily Monitor and the New Vision in regards to the press review this morning. All right, now let's head to the traffic updates with Barija Andrew to see what is happening on ground this morning and what is it in regards to the traffic flow. He's in Wandega and he's likely to give us more of the updates on how the vehicles are moving in, which roads are busy, which roads seem to be easier to use for the travelers who tend to move in quite early in the morning.
Thank you very much, Jerome. And of course, a very good morning. And it's yet another business day as you wake up to go and execute what you ought to execute. And today we are just right here at the Wandegear Traffic Lights Junction. Of course, observing the traffic atmosphere, getting to see what is the best route to use for any person that you're heading to execute business. Definitely, it could be also going to execute other related activities. It could be work or anything else that is really of much commercial value. But definitely, as we are observing the situation in here, firstly, as we observe at my very back end, that's the Makere route, you can really get to observe for the people that are coming from areas like Kasubi, Namungona, connecting to this Nakulabi, coming to this particular route, it's a little bit quite free and not as much congested as such, though there are sets of traffic lights before you actually reach. Now, at the junction with Sir Apollo, for those that connect in there, you find that there are some traffic lights ahead, just at the Sir Apollo junction, and of course the Makere main gate traffic lights also at the same time. So by the time you come really here, you've come across like 3 sets of traffic lights for you to be able to access this very junction. Yeah, it might be a little mildly congested, but it's not really as much congested as you can really anticipate. And as we're observing still at the same time, the vehicles held, that is in intervals of 3 to 5 minutes, the traffic officers in full control of these very large traffic lights to ensure that there is effective, of course, discipline in terms of moving of the vehicles. So that is the situation now for the people that stay in Namungona, of course, coming, connecting via that very side. And some, of course, coming from Waisa still connecting in there, coming to town to execute the businesses that they ought to execute. So that is the situation that's on the Makere route. So basically, for any person that is planning to use that route and you're probably coming to town, yeah, you may reach in time, actually. It's not really as much congested because sometimes when the vehicles are held in there, there is a deception. You might actually think there is a jam, but in just a space of seconds, once they are released, you get to realize that it's actually not as congested as such. So that is regarding the Makere route in there. Now heading to Bombo Road, taking a look at what is really happening in there. Of course, vehicles held very few intervals, and as we are observing, they have just been released to head to their different destinations for the different people, of course, to go and execute what they ought to execute. And of course, looking into what is happening in here, most of the people that come in those areas include like the Waisa that use this route, Kalere, and of course coming to town, it's quite a little bit a friendly route to use as we're observing as of today. You know, when the vehicles were held in there was quite a heavy fleet, but very surprising that when they were released to go to the different destinations, it's quite very fair and very friendly and very free. And you find that the fleet, which was quite heavy, it's not really heavy anymore as we are observing it in there. So that is a Bombo Road in there. Any person that is planning to use that route, it's quite a little bit, yeah, you might reach in time. You're coming from Waise Kalere, you're connecting to this route, it's quite a little fair. And of course, so many kinds of vehicles in here. Of course, seeing the borders, pedestrians, people crossing the road, and I'm also seeing students heading to school. And of course, that explains why you get to see some little bit of a mild congestion in there, because definitely the vehicles have to stop and the children, the students, cross the roads. Now let's take a look at the Kamocha road. And of course, for the people that are coming from Kamocha and you probably plan to pass via the Wandegear traffic lights, that is the situation in there. But you know, before you reach this roundabout, there is the Mulago roundabout still, which is slightly congested. It may not even be slightly, but a little congested. So as you're coming here, you're going to fast pass by that. Yeah, it might look free on this lane, but there are vehicles held at the Mulago roundabout before they come in here, as you are observing the situation in there. So for the people staying in Kamocha, staying in Mulago, and you planning to come and execute business in town, yeah, at the look of things from this perspective, it's a little bit free and friendly. But on the roundabout of Mulago, the Kamocha Mulago roundabout, that's where the overall drama comes in. When you find that it's a little congested as we are observing the situation. Now, away from that Mulago Road, let's take a look at Kampala Road. As we wind up this, the vehicles coming from Kamocha, Mulago heading to Kampala Road, stretching it all the way. It's very free for any person. And of course, you find that when the vehicles are held into the traffic, you don't find heavy fleet. and majority are moving. Now the congestion drama comes just ahead there, as we see vehicles coming from Makere Road, branching in there, vehicles coming from this very route and Bombo Road at the same time heading there. So you find that the Kampala Road gets congested once the vehicles are released at this time. So if you're coming from, probably you're coming from Wandegea, you're coming from Mulago, and of course you plan to pass via this very route, or you're going to use Bombo route to connect in here, you might be delayed ahead there because of the many routes, all the vehicles heading to that route. So that explains why you see that congestion, and you might not reach in the time that you really propose in that way. Yes, so that is the situation just right here at the Wandegea traffic lights, observing what is happening in there. But of course the overall situation, I'll say, it's mildly congested. It might look so congested, but once the vehicles are released, there is quite some breathing space and some freedom. But definitely, if you feel like this can't work out for you, you can probably try other alternative routes that can be really appropriate for you to reach in that required destination in time. That is it for the traffic updates this morning. Back to studio with Joram.
All right, thank you very much, Andrew, for that update. She's around the Wandegea traffic lights, and you can easily see there's a lot of chaos there, especially around the borders in regards to how the movement is at the moment. But well, it's a good morning, and a time to stay alive. 28 minutes off the hour, 7 o'clock. Remember to invest, by the way. Investing is something you should be taking very seriously. Zabu is giving you that as an advantage today. Invest in securities wherever you are. Be part of Uganda's ever-changing and growing financial market space by also trying as much to invest. Now, one of the best ventures for you to invest is the government bonds, for example. All you need is just a minimum of 15,000 Ugandan shillings. Star 292 # is the USSD code that you will definitely use to kickstart off your investment journey. Must I forget, if you have no account, open up one with your national identification number, and yes, you can easily kickstart off your investment. Zabu's markets open at 8:15 a.m. and their closing time is 3:15 p.m. East African Standard Time. Please do know that these markets are fully closed on the weekends and on public holidays. Zabu, my money, my future. All takes East Africa, do something new. After the break, we shall be heading to what is happening across the East African Community region, but besides that, the SM International news coming up. Stick around. Good morning.